All right, guys. Now, really quickly before we jump into it, I just wanted to say thank you so much for clicking on the video today. I do truly appreciate it. And I wanted to go ahead and provide some context on what you're about to see here in just a moment. So, yesterday, I went ahead and did a stream. Massive shout out for everyone that was able to make it out. And I had my good friend Final from Finals Tavern on the stream where we were able to discuss Genshin Impact and various different topics about it. So massive shout out to you, Final. Thank you so much for joining me. It was tons of fun. And I'm going to leave a link to Final's YouTube channel down in the description below. Make sure you subscribe to the homie over there. He's a fantastic content creator, always coming out with really good information and really good skits as well as of late. So anyways, we were talking about different topics on Genshin Impact, and the topic of Rosaria came up and what I thought about her, and I had some things to say. So that is what the video is going to be about, and I want you to go down in the comments below and let me know how you like this style of video where we're just basically chit-chatting, hanging out, and it's more of a chill vibe where we just discuss Genshin Impact and different topics. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below, and let me know if you would like to see more styles of videos like this where we take highlights from the stream or different topics from the stream and we just go ahead and put it in a video format. So once again, thank you guys so much for being here, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. You didn't even read the description, just focusing on talking to find. Yeah, no, 100%. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. Yeah,
So I gotta ask,
yeah,
what's your honest opinion on Rosaria? Because it seems like a lot of people are going back and forth now.
I thought about this last night, and I was actually thinking about doing a video on it. I honestly think she's meh, and this is just being.
She's meh?
Yeah, and this is just being 100% real. I think she's meh, and I think MiHoYo was lazy with Rosaria. Now, not in her character design, because obviously her character design is amazing. I think they were lazy with her skills, her elemental skill and her elemental burst. And I think they could have made it so much better. But I think they just went with an easy, lazy route, like I think 1.4 kinda has been as a whole up until this point.
Yeah, that's fair.
But what about you though? What do you think?
Personally, I like her, but the thing is that, like you were saying, she's kind of like, I've been telling people, she's kind of a mixed bag. She never really mastered anything.
Right.
Like, you can have her as a DPS if you want to. You can have her as a support. You can have her as a sub DPS. Like, she fits into a bunch of roles, but she's not really specialized for any of them. That's the thing.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I don't take a problem with it because she is a 4-star, so it's, in my opinion, it's okay. But the part that bothered me about Rosaria is that because her elemental skill and her elemental burst, they're good in what they're meant to do, but I think it was just a little disappointing for me, and a little, when I say lazy, is in the aspect of like the animations and stuff. So, and the type of elemental burst and elemental skill that they decided to go with. So for example, her elemental skill, you pop that and she just teleports behind and she just slashes and then just does cryo. Like, I think that was kind of lazy. Like, if they really put some real effort into it, I think when she teleports, she could have left like a cryo clone of herself, teleported behind the person, do the slash still, and still apply the cryo. But that be like a bit of like a taunt aspect, give it just a little more flair. You know what I mean? And then, like with her elemental burst, if you think about it, it's just like Chongyun's, where she just throws it down like a big spear, which it looks good. Like the elemental burst, I don't have as much qualms with, but I don't know. It just feels like a Chongyun thing, and I just think they took an easy route with that when they could have done like something different.
The thing that she has is that hers, stays on the field for a while.
That's true.
I would say it's kind of similar to Gone Yu's without the randomness of it. But at the same time, it's a lot smaller. But the main thing is that it feels like her elemental burst, while it's okay for elemental reactions, it doesn't really gain its true value until you get her C6 with the physical resistance shred.
And what about the range though? Like I feel like that radius is kind of small.
Yeah, the radius is small. It's actually quite small.
You know what I mean? Like it's real
Yeah.
easy to either whiff that elemental burst to where the enemies aren't even in that radius anymore, so it's like pulsating for no reason.
Yeah.
Or they can hop out of it really easy, because I think that's what makes Ganyu so good, is because of the range on it, how large that
true.
range is.
That's true.
But
Yeah, against bigger enemies, you'll get pushed out. Of her burst.
exactly.
It happens all the time. It happens all the time.
Right, and then like another thing, like her charge attack, it's like that same spinning, you know what I mean? Like it's cool with Hu Tao.
It's the drill. It's the drill. Hers is a little different though from the others.
Is it?
With the animation, like hers actually like makes a legit drill animation, but that's besides the point. The whole thing is that like even though she actually has like the highest charge attack multiplier out of all the polearm characters, she doesn't actually have a charge attack playstyle.
No, she doesn't. Not, and that's why I said like with Hu Tao it works, because Hu Tao, once you pop her elemental skill, it becomes this OP mechanic that you're gonna be. Which I catch myself always using Rosaria's charge attack just out of pure habit, because of Hu Tao. But you know, it's integrated in Hu Tao's gameplay style, where with Rosaria it's like, why would you be? You're never gonna be drilling around with their charge attack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where I feel like they could have went with a different route with their charge attack, and instead of doing the same basic drill animation, they probably could have done something different. Like, I don't know, like for her, she throws out daggers, or for a charge attack, or just do something a little more unique that's more catered towards her type of character.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
I just don't feel like they really, outside of her character design, gave her too much effort.
But that's the thing I'm kind of worried about for patch 1.5, and I don't know if we're, if you're cool with chatting about 1.5 on this.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I kind of been chatting up with them.
But
already,
like with Eula and Yanfei, right? Especially Eula, it seems like they still kind of have been lazy, especially with these characters. Like they're coming out of nowhere.
That's
true.
Something
that really concerns me. It's like you guys usually kind of give us a hint that somebody's coming,
right?
Either through the story or through characters' voice lines. Like, oh, this is what I think about this person. Eula and Yanfei, nothing. They're just showing up. And it's like, I'm okay with them showing up, but I really wish that they took the time to, like, actually, build them into the story.
Right.
So it's, because, like, we thought, like, Ganyu was the only Illuminous beast, right?
Right.
Like, half-breed. And then it's like, yo, nah, there's another one. It's like, what?
Right. No, I definitely I hear you on that one for sure.
Not to mention Eula uses one of Diluc's animations from the story, and it's a whole thing. She uses like Jean's model. Like people, I don't know if they're like rushing because maybe Dendro wasn't ready yet, so they have to like just dish out these characters in place of what the patch was supposed to be. I don't know.
Do you think it's because, and we were talking about this earlier in this stream today with Dendro, do you think it's because they didn't have how some of the reactions were going to react together with Dendro figured out yet?
That's what I'm thinking, because that's like the only thing I think it could be. Like either they didn't have the chasm completely done, because I'm guessing chasm was supposed to come with Dendro.
I think that's
either
what
the chasm's not completely done, or the Dendro reactions aren't 100% patched out yet, worked out. So they're like, okay, we still have to work on this. So now we have to push these characters that I'm guessing were supposed to come later up front now. And it's kind of just jarring, but I mean, I'm still for it. I'm a Yanfei simp already.
Right.
But at the same time, it's just like, dang, man, I kind of wish that characters didn't just show up out of nowhere without like any heads up, because there were plenty of characters, in my opinion, that they could have pushed forward that they already like started hinting at, like Yunjin, is one of them. Like
Mm-hmm.
there are already characters that actually talk about her in the game,
Right.
and I was like, okay, they could have pushed her out, but no, they're just like pushing out Eula and Yanfei. And again, I'm not against it. It just feels like they rushed it
Now,
because they just came out of nowhere.
would you be okay if they kind of like flush that out in 1.5, like once we get in there?
Yeah, if they take the time to like actually introduce the characters to us, let us get to know them a bit, and like understand where they're coming from, I'm down, 100%.
Now, and correct me if I'm wrong. In my opinion, I think that's the attractiveness of Genshin Impact is getting that familiarity with the character and having a connection with them is the reason why you want them on your team, the reason why you pull for them, the reason why you build them up, because you have this connection towards a specific character. So when they don't build that up for you, and when they just drop them out of nowhere, it just feels like, okay, thank you for another overpowered character. I do truly appreciate it. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's true. Yeah. I mean, that was part of the reason I loved Hu Tao so much. It wasn't just because she was busted. It was her personality, her character, like her story, like all that stuff.
Now, did you
And the
know
thing
she
is
was
that-
gonna be busted?
Man, come on. We all knew she was gonna be busted.